Let me ask you about, before all this stuff went down, did you notice in the industry before your cancellation an encroaching wokeness, cult-like mentality, stuff like that?
Yeah. But I didn't understand what it was. A lot of strange women. I hate to put it this way. Sorry, ladies. A lot of strange women kind of suddenly showed up in the comic book business and basically came at us with this criticism that this was clearly a boys' club. It was unsafe for women, and everything that you guys are putting out is sexist, and it's racist, and it's homophobic. And, well, we're going to fix that. If you hire us, and you should hire us, we're going to fix that. Because if you don't hire us, you're sexist. So suddenly all of these women show up, and they start basically making changes to this sort of male-dominated hobby. This is a male-driven culture. Obviously it is. These power fantasies are mostly for boys. But they started to make these changes. The women, suddenly, who used to be beautiful and curvaceous, we used to be able to glorify and exaggerate the female form. Suddenly, we had to cover them up. Breasts became smaller and smaller until they were just sort of pecs. There was actually a weird phenomenon called the uni-pec, which was just one breast with like a stretched cloth over it because you didn't even want to define breasts in any way in superheroes. And basically everybody got scared. And then this other thing happened. Because there were women in the workplace, of course, the men started flirting with the women. God help them. These guys started to ask girls on dates, and then the girls would say that that was sexual harassment. And that's when cancel culture really started. I saw some very talented guys get their lives turned upside down because they were stupid enough to ask so-and-so at the bar at a convention if she wanted to come up to their hotel room. And this wasn't like a power disparity. There was one case where an editor with a lot of power was putting his hands on women. I understand that. This was different. This was a case of peers. We're both creators. You're a female, I'm a male, I'm going to ask you on a date. I feel threatened if I say no to you, all of this stuff that happened. The Me Too hit comics pretty hard. So there was that whole situation which caused everybody to really get in line. You did not want to question these women. You didn't want to, started to realize they were activists. You don't want to question these activists at all. Allow them to make these changes. And then the other thing that happened was there was a guy named Orson Scott Card, who was a very, very famous sci-fi author. And he's also Latter-day Saint. I was raised Mormon, so I know that he's Latter-day Saint, and so he shares the values that I was raised with. He came out and said he disagreed with gay marriage. He didn't think it was something, marriage was something between a man and a woman, and it was a holy, a holy thing. Gay marriage shouldn't be a thing. And then DC tried to hire him to do a Superman story. And the entire industry went crazy trying to get this Superman story, a short story by this legendary Orson Scott Card, look him up, legendary author, canceled. And that was an amazing thing to me. I was like, why can't we just publish the story? I don't understand why disagreeing with him about this one political idea means that he can't write a Superman story when everybody loves his work. So that's when I started to see woke creeping into comics. And, by the time 2015 rolled around, my peers were saying strange things to me. They were saying, you're a capitalist, you're a Republican, right, Ethan? You care about money. Imagine this, 50% of the country, 50% of the world is made up of women. And we're not marketing to them at all, are we? If we started marketing and changing these comics to appeal to more women and hiring more women, you understand what would happen? We would double our income. We would double our revenue. And you, as somebody who cares about money because you're a capitalist, and I was like, aren't we all capital? No, we're not. Okay, just me. That means something to you, I'm sure. And that was the philosophy. That was the big lie that allowed comics to come in and become woke, I think. From there, you hire activists, they hire more activists, and the whole thing erodes from the inside.